Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here, continuing to cook up this NBA action. Y'all know we do. We're on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. It's NBA in-season tournament day, last day for the group stage, man. It's probably going to be one of the craziest nights of NBA hoops, in recent memory, especially thus far this season. It's a lot of in-season tournament scenarios running through each and every one of these games. I'm finna walk you guys through most of them, and of course, we're gonna try to smash it per usual, man. I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, hey, smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Yes, we did drop our NBA Player of the Day yesterday with the Indiana Pacers. Hey, them boys just didn't have it yesterday. I don't know what happened to them boys. They just didn't have it yesterday. It was frustrating, but we look to get back on track on that play tonight. 13, 4, and 2 last 19 on our NBA Player of the Day. Trying to get to 14, 4, and 2 last 20 on that NBA Player of the Day tonight. You guys can scoop that play up over at Pickdawgz Premium. I absolutely love tonight's play of the day. Or best thing to do, hop on something long term. Let me help you make some money over an extended period of time. Last night, if you were on something long term, you still had a winning NBA night. We cashed with the Utah Jazz, and then we hit our NBA plus money dog with the Denver Chicken Nuggets, man. Shout out them boys, man. They've now won, 10 of the last 11 straight up against the Clippers. Jokic didn't even play last night. It was Reggie Jackson and DeAndre Jordan going up against their old team. The Clippers gave them boys the business last night. Love to see that, man. Love to see that cash there. So just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward, man. Another NBA winning night last night. Let's stack another one tonight. Let's get back on track on that NBA Play of the Day. Ton of action tonight, in-season tournament. I cannot wait to sit back and watch it. It's going to be one of the best nights of hoops. A lot of scenarios running through these games. I'm going to walk you guys through them. We're going to try to smash it per usual. So without further ado, let's try to do exactly that. Let's make some money tonight. Let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. And without further ado, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. First game up, man, we got the Chicago Bulls out on the road facing the Boston Celtics. Celtics laying a huge number, laying 13.5 points at the crib. Short, sweet, simple. We look to continue to fade the Chicago Bulls. We've been doing it pretty much the entire season. They are currently the worst ATS team in the NBA at 5-12-1 against the number. They're straight ass. The Celtics, they need a huge win in this one. It's a lot going on with the in-season tournament today. Trying to read through all the scenarios and everything like that. Here's basically what happens here. Boston needs a win, and they need a little help. They need some people to lose, or they need to come in here and blow the absolute doors off of Chicago and make it to where their point differential is a little sexier than what it is currently. So basically, we're getting the Bulls on the road facing the Celtics, the best team in the East, in my opinion, in a motivation spot. In a game where the Celtics know they need to blow these boys out the water. I think they do exactly that. I could see them winning this one by 20 points plus at the crib. So not overcomplicating this one. The Celtics need this game. I think they get it. There's a scenario where they're not even going to make the in-season tournament. So they need to win this game, and they low-key need to win it by margin. I think they get it done, continuing to fade the Bulls. Give me the Celtics. Short, sweet, simple. I think they blow the doors off of Chicago today at home. Next game up, man, we got the Toronto Raptors out on the road facing the Brooklyn Nets. Nets laying 1.5 points at the crib in this one. This one's similar to last game. We already love fading the Toronto Raptors out on the road. And then this is a motivational spot for the Nets. The Nets can still win this same division the Celtics are in. They need a little help, though. They need Boston to lose tonight, which I doubt happens. So I doubt they're going to clinch the division. But they can still get the wild card spot in on the east side of the bracket, but they need a lot to happen. One thing they need to happen is they need to come in here and blow the absolute doors off of the Toronto Raptors, which can happen. It's a lot going on here in this in-season tournament, trying to read through every single scenario. It's the point differential. It's a lot to look at. But basically what I'm seeing here with the Nets, they need a Celtics loss, which probably isn't going to happen, or they need a dominant win here over the Raptors to give themselves the best chance at that second wild or at that wild card in the East. So they're at home. Hey, they're one of the best covered teams in the NBA. We love fading the Raptors, especially on the road. The Nets have respected our coin and made us a good amount thus far this season. No reason to doubt them. I think they absolutely beat up on the Toronto Raptors today at home. I'm going to take the Brooklyn Nets. I'm going to lay the points here in this. Next game up, man, we got the Atlanta Hawks out on the road facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs laying 4.5 points at the crib in this one. So there is some in-season tournament stuff going on here in this game, but it's not going to really mean much in the grand scheme of things. I highly doubt either one of these teams get in. They need too much things to bounce their way for it to happen. Cleveland, they need a victory. They need a Knicks loss, a Miami loss, and a Celtics loss, plus a Brooklyn loss. Like, all that ain't happening. Or the Cavs need just a straight-up win and to win, like, the point differential battle with these other teams, and I don't really see that happening either. Atlanta, they need a lot of help as well, man. They need a Knicks loss, a Miami loss, a Celtics loss, a Brooklyn loss, and they got to finish second. Yeah, it's not happening. So this game tonight is kind of meaningless. Two teams that are terrible against the number. You see the Hawks 5-11, the Cavs 6-10-1. Here's my thoughts here. I think this is a 50-50 game. I think the Hawks have a legitimate chance to win this game outright. If I were playing it, I would A, rather the points in my back pocket, or B, attack the plus money. I know the Cavs typically play their best basketball at home, but they're not a team that right now, the way they've been playing, I feel comfortable laying points with. The Hawks, man, they're terrible too, but we're getting points with them here. I think they definitely can keep this competitive, especially if their shots are falling. Not one of my favorite games tonight. Probably won't have much action, if any, on this game, but small lean to the Atlanta Hawks getting the points here in a 50-50 game. All right, next game up, man. We got the Milwaukee Bucks out on the road facing the Miami Heat. Heat getting 2.5 points at the crib, man, as home dogs. Now, there's a lot of in-season tournament scenarios running through this game. I'm going to try to run them through for you guys. Milwaukee wins, they're in. They clinch their division. There's nothing the Knicks can do about it. If the Heat win, the Heat can still win this division, but they would need the Knicks to lose to clinch it, or they would need to win the tiebreaker over the Knicks and the Bucks, which is kind of a hard thing to do. Miami can still get in the wild card, but they would need a lot of scenarios to play out that I think is highly unlikely. So Milwaukee win and in, Miami win and need a little help. It's basically how it shakes down here in this one. All right, I'm just trying to walk you guys through the in-season tournament scenarios tonight so you're aware. Here's the thing, though. I think Miami just has Milwaukee's number. Remember, Milwaukee was a 1 seed last year in the postseason, and they got put out the playoffs by a play-in team in the Miami Heat. The Bucks did get their revenge earlier this season. I don't see that happening here. I think the Miami Heat continue to have the Bucks number, and I think the Heat actually hoop tonight at home. I usually hate betting Miami in Miami, but I think in this spot it's warranted. A lot of scenarios running through this game. You know, both teams really need to win this thing. I just can't trust Milwaukee laying points on the road on a decent team. Can't do it, won't do it. Continuing to fade the Milwaukee Bucks like I've been doing all season. They're going up against a team that just has their number. I think the Heat win this game outright and make things really interesting in this in-season tournament tonight. We'll see how it plays out, but I know I'm for sure not betting the Bucks. Lean towards Miami. Home dog. Here it is. Next game up, man, we got the Charlotte Hornets out on the road facing the New York Knicks. Knicks laying a pretty big number, laying 11.5 points at the crib. I do understand why this line is so big. We've already seen the Knicks blow the doors off of the Hornets twice this season. The first one was in New York where they beat them 129-107. The second one was in Charlotte where they beat them 122-108. The Knicks are also in a motivation spot tonight, trying to make the in-season tournament. They need a little help to get in, but hey, if they blow the doors off of the Hornets like I think they can, there's a scenario where they can and will get into the in-season tournament. So I expect them to actually come out here, go balls to the wall, and try to blow the Hornets out for the third straight time this season. Not overcomplicating this one. I think this is a Knicks-style spot. They know what's at stake. Hornets, they're straight ass. Short, sweet, simple. We're laying the points with New York. in a motivation spot at home against a team they've already beat up twice this season. I think they do it for the third straight time. All right, next game up, man. We got one of our favorite money-making teams, the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies, out on the road facing the Minnesota Timberwolves, a.k.a. the House of Disappointment. A lot of in-season tournament scenarios running through this game here as well. The Thunder, they are eliminated. Nothing they can do. They're done. Stick a fork in them. The Timberwolves, though, they could still win their division. They need a little help, but they still can do it. It's a three-way tie scenario kind of going on in this division. Sacramento and Golden State are also in this division, and they go head-to-head tonight. We'll talk about the game here in a second. But let me try to run you guys through the scenarios. If the Kings beat the Warriors, the Kings win this division. There's nothing Minnesota can do about it. So Kings win, they clinch, it's over. If Golden State wins and the Minnesota Timberwolves win, then Minnesota clinches the division. If Minnesota loses, Golden State wins, then the Golden State Warriors clinch the division. So that's the scenario for all three teams to win it. All three teams are technically still in the running for the first wild card spot in the West as well. So there's a scenario where the Timberwolves come in here and blow the doors off of Oklahoma City. Sacramento wins, but the T-Wolves still get in and get that wild card spot in the West. So there is a reason and motivation for the Timberwolves to come out here and go balls to the wall and hoop tonight at home. What have we seen from Minnesota at home thus far this season? Low-key, they've gone stupid, dummy, crazy at the crib. It's kind of crazy to say that about the Minnesota Timberwolves, but we call a spade here on the jam session, and that's just the truth. I don't like what's going on in Oklahoma City right now. Usually, everybody knows I would be all over the Thunder here in this spot. I love the Thunder. We bet the Thunder blindly. They're one of the best ATS teams in the NBA, and they're a very profitable team, usually in these exact same spots right here. But I don't like the giddy news going on down there in Oklahoma City. I think that could cause some chemistry issues, kind of shake up some of the mojo that Oklahoma City has had. And B, like I said, we're in Minnesota at home in a motivational spot. Really not trying to fade Minnesota at home in a motivational spot, man. I'm really not trying to do it. So I'm going to lean towards the House of Disappointment, believe it or not, here in this game. I think they pull it off. I think they know just how drastic this game is. I think they know that if they blow the doors off of Oklahoma City, it sets themselves up really good to continue to play in the in-season tournament. The Thunder Buddies are not just going to lay down. But, hey, I'm going to lean towards Minnesota. Laying the points here in this one. All right, next game up, man. We got the Houston Rockets out on the road facing my favorite team, the Dallas Mavs. Man, my team is laying 4.5 points at the crib in this one. The Mavs will be in those black jerseys. We're finally going to see the in-season tournament court. The first time they were supposed to debut, they noticed a lot of imperfections on the floor, so they end up not using it. The thing is, the Mavs are done. They're not making the in-season tournament. The fork is already stuck in them. The Rockets, on the other hand, can still make the in-season tournament. They can actually win, in many people's eyes, in my eyes as well, one of the toughest divisions of all of them. When you look at this division, it's actually one of the most competitive divisions in the entire NBA. It had the defending champs, the Nuggets in there, the Mavs in there, the Clippers in there, the Pelicans in there. And if the Rockets win this game, they win the division straight up. No ifs, ands, or buts. If they lose, they're done. The Pelicans win this division. So, huge game for the Rockets. Here's my thought process here. I have not liked what I've seen from my Mavs recently. What have they lost? 3 of their last 4, coming off a pretty significant road trip as well. We're getting the Rockets in a motivation spot who are low-key playing the better basketball right here, right now. I'm loving the culture change going on there in Houston. I think Houston's a live dog here. I'm going to take Houston plus the 4.5 in my back pocket. I'm going to fade my Mavs right now. Here's how I think this game plays out. I think it's going to be a good game majority of the way through. But we know, man, we know. The Mavs, they go through lackadaisical stretches of basketball. And that usually allows bad teams or decent teams to hang around, if not take the lead. And I kind of feel like that might be the story here tonight. Mavs, not really much to play for. Rockets got everything to play for. I think the Rockets are a live dog. In all honesty, I think they win this game. But take the 4.5 in my back pocket. The thing is, the Rockets haven't been that great on the road. Like, they haven't won a lot of games straight up on the road. They've gone stupid, dummy, crazy at the crib at home in Houston. But on the road, they haven't won a lot of games. They've been competitive, and I expect them to be competitive here in this one. I think they have a legitimate shot to win it outright in a motivational spot. I'll grab the points in my back pocket with the Rockets and probably sprinkle a bit on the money line as well. Got to fade my team today. In our last and final matchup of the night, man, we got a good one. We got the Golden State Warriors out on the road facing the Sacramento Kings. Kings laying 1.5 points at the crib. We talked about this game a few games ago. A lot of in-season tournament scenarios running through this game. The Kings win, they're in. Short, sweet, simple, and I think that's what happens. I think the Kings beat the Warriors. I know the Warriors have won both meetings versus Sacramento thus far this season. They beat them in Sacramento early this season on the 27th of October, 122-114. And then they beat them in Golden State not that long ago on the 1st of November, 102-101. The thing is, I really haven't liked what I've seen from Golden State recently. They're coming off a pretty significant homestand where they have gone stupid, dummy, crazy over this dynasty that they've been in, and they looked pretty bad in that homestand. They did end up winning 2 of their last 3 over Houston and San Antonio, but I don't know, man. I can't trust them out on the road here versus Sacramento in a double revenge spot, in a playoff revenge spot, in a win and get in type spot. I think this is a game where the Kings finally avenge that playoff loss from last year over Golden State. They probably light the beam tonight on a Tuesday in Sacramento. Yeah, that's how I see this one playing out. I'm not overcomplicating this one. I think the Kings win this game. I think they're playing the better basketball. I think they're slightly the better team right here, right now. The Warriors, they're one-player centric. If Curry ain't going off, then the Warriors are pretty much dead on a nightly basis. It's kind of crazy to say. There's really only 2 people hooping on a nightly basis for Golden State, and that's Curry and Looney. Wiggins, he's been terrible. Clay, boy, where you at? Chris Paul, he looks over the hill. I don't know what's going on here in Golden State right now. I'm not liking it. I think the Kings finally get their revenge, and I think they get into the in-season tournament as a division winner. I'm not overcomplicating. Last game of the night, I'm going to take the Sacramento Kings. I think they beat the Warriors at the crib here in this one. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam Session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, man, hey, smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long, man. There's a link for that in the description below in case you guys want to follow me there. My Instagram is there as well. And now my TikTok if you guys want to follow me on all social medias. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. We did drop our NBA play of the day yesterday. The Pacers really just didn't have it. They just call a spade a spade. They just didn't have it. Brings us to 13-4-2 last 19 on our NBA play of the day. Look to get back on track on that play today. Go 14-4-2 last 20. Still having an extremely great month on the NBA play of the day. Bounce back day. Scoop that play up over at Pickdawgz Premium or hop on something long-term, as I tell you guys all the time. When you hop on something long-term, you get every single play that I release, every single sport. Like last night, it was a great night to hop on something long-term because it was still a winning NBA night overall. Yes, we dropped the NBA play of the day, but we went 2-1 in the NBA. We cashed with the Jazz, and we cashed on our plus money dog with the Denver Chicken Nuggets winning outright over the Los Angeles Clippers. So still a winning NBA night. Overall, yesterday on the premium side, we went 2-2. We did lose with the Minnesota Vikings, so it happens. But we look to keep the momentum rolling forward, having a really solid month, really solid week. Just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. Hop on with your guy long term. Let me help you make some money over an extended period of time. As always, man, I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching this video. If you're a big bettor out there and you want to join the All Access Club, the information is in the description as well. It's for my big bettors out there, guys betting, 500, 1,000, 2,500 nightly, really in the NBA. You got to be able to deal with the volume of being in the All Access Club. That's why I tell you guys that. But the guys that have been in the All Access Club the last 30 days are up huge, man. When you text, we'll send you the report and let you know how we're doing. But if you want to join the All Access Club, for my big bettors out there, got to be able to handle the volume. Link is in the description, man. Let's set up a time to talk. Hey, money making night, man. In-season tournament night. A lot of scenarios going on tonight, man. Should be a really good night of hoops. I just cooked up every single game for you guys right here, right now. Hopefully we smash it. per usual. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. Let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. Let's make some money tonight, man. See you guys soon. I'm out of here. Peace.